are you guys tonight? We're back with our AI Live.
We have a big crowd here tonight. I think I think aspiration might be a little subject that people want to discuss and look at. I'm so happy because it's my pet. It's my pet. It's my thing. I think it's very important.
It's her thing.
But thank you for joining us, you guys. We are going to get into that in a little bit. But we wanted to talk about something that we did for the first time as a company.
Yes, we had a booth at the Aesthetic Show. So if you guys were at the Aesthetic Show and dropped by, thanks for dropping by. We had a cool little handout that was on vascular occlusion. Sorry, we can't send it out.
I know, we can't.
But if you come here for a school and hands-on, we can give it out to you.
Yeah, it has anatomy on the front and on the back, a whole vascular occlusion protocol, which is it's like a plastic card, which is a really nice one to keep.
But it was cool. If you guys already don't know, we actually launched our digital library, which is like over 100 videos, ranging from toxins and fillers, starting to get them more advanced, and we're going to continue adding to it. So if you guys missed out, we did have our Founders Club, so they got early access to it. We limited that one, but we do now have the new one, which is called the Aesthetic Insider.
Yes, we do.
And I think it runs about $199 a month. You get access to our digital library. You get one free webinar. You'll get some discounts if you come to any of our hands-on classes that are going to be out there in the future. And we have a community access board, so we're trying to develop a nice community so you guys can interact and ask questions of each other. Want to foster a community of education amongst
like a mentorship.
Us.
You guys can mentor each other, and we're on there too. So and our staff lets us know when there's questions, so we can kind of really help each other and support each other, and really have that community in aesthetics, which is so important.
So if you guys are interested, join. It's $199 a month, so you'll get access to it. We're going to continually keep filming more video, more contents, and let us know what content you guys want to see. We'll probably jump into threads, and then probably even the business. We have people who are interested in business. And then on a side note, I was told by our team here that we will probably be offering a secondary Founders Club type of a thing where you'll get access to us. We just finished one. Hi Founders Club members, if you guys are out there still watching. So we may offer a second one. So if you guys are interested, you can sign up on our interest list. I think they're gonna post a link up. I don't know when, but sometime during the thing, they will post a link up for you guys that you guys can join our interest list, because it will be a first come first serve, and it's still going to be a very limited, because we want to keep it intimate. We want to make sure that we're answering your questions on a live basis and really getting interaction with them.
Yeah.
Right?
So we only took 50 people in our club in the club the first time. So we're going to accept.
We don't know.
I don't know, not a lot more, because we want to spend an hour with you guys and really help mentor you. So we're going to have 2 separate times in an evening like tonight, an hour kind of back to back, and we're going to be meeting one-on-one and kind of a zooming with you guys. So we can't make it too big, but it's going to be first come first serve, and it's going to be so far. I think our club members are liking it.
We're finally getting into the ease of it.
Yeah, we're really enjoying it.
Hopefully, we're starting to chit chat a lot more, and people are asking questions, which is the most important thing. To share information in this arena, especially.
Yeah, so that will also be in the membership component.
Yeah, the founders will get access to all the digital stuff, but they'll get also a Zoom call that we do once a month that we're going to be interactive and stuff like that. So if you are interested, reach out to our staff. If they don't put up the link, just email us at learn@theaestheticimmersion.com. But quickly... get on the list, because it's going to book up. I'm sure that there's already people on the interest list already. But we have our specialty courses that we just need to quickly go over, which is our Foundations of Advanced Aesthetics and our Foundations of Advanced Dental Aesthetics. Unfortunately, our August is sold out. Our October is sold out. We only have 2 more spots for November. I think I really, having done this now, was it 10 times or more? Mm-hmm. Every time we do it, I think it's more and more fun. We really, really love teaching you guys the whys, really, really helping you guys understand why you're doing things instead of just replicating, like inject here, inject here, inject here. We want to teach you guys how to think for yourself so you can create your own artistry, which is why we do these type of things. It's
Yeah.
to help you guys make decisions on your own instead of looking and going, well, I wasn't taught that. Well, if you have a foundational knowledge of why these things work and why you're injecting there and why you're doing this, you can make a deduction on how it's going to work.
Yeah,
right?
And just so you know, to come here and do the hands-on, you do need to complete the Foundations of Advanced Aesthetics course online. So we put all of the prerequisites online, so you can take the 19 modules in your own time and complete those modules. We follow you. We are like Santa. We know if you've been good or bad, and we follow you along, and we see that you've taken the quizzes afterwards. And you get 10 continuing education units for those.
You get CMEs.
And then when you come here, you get 5.5 more CME units. And you can come here and not have a license in California because we offer CMEs. So that's 15.5 CMEs for those of you who need to renew your licenses, be it doctors, nurses,
and honestly,
dentists.
it's a really, really good reintroduction into some theories that go behind your toxins and behind your fillers that sometimes you never picked up in the beginning. It really, really kind of challenges you to help you understand why you're doing things the way you're doing it.
I think you'll learn a lot that you've never heard in other classes before.
Yeah.
And we've heard that from all of our students that have taken other courses. So we're really happy that maybe we're sharing things that other schools maybe don't. And
we're not here to hurt you. We're
No.
really here to make sure you learn.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things I think that separates us out is while you're here for the hands-on courses, we actually record you doing it, and you get a recording of what you were doing, because I know when I'm in there and you're first learning things, you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just injecting. And then to be able to go back and review it, it's I don't think it's priceless to be able to go back and review, oh, that's why they were teaching me to do this and that stuff.
And if you're more advanced, this is still good for you. If you've been doing this for 5 years or more, it's good for you. Even when you come here for hands-on, you get to choose the area you want to inject. If you want to do temples, we're here to help you. If you want to do under eyes, we're here to help you. If you're brand new, we'll start in a more basic area.
Yeah.
So we are here one-on-one to mentor you one-on-one during the classroom. You have one-on-one time with an instructor, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then our next webinar, which is going to be in August 24th, so it's a Tuesday, 6 p.m., we're going to do a full face rejuvenation, like a transformation. So we're going to kind of do an assessment. We're going to talk about a little bit of the aging face and really kind of just inject, have fun and inject, why we're choosing this type of filler, that type of filler, what we're doing as we're injecting these areas. But we'll see what model we get and what we're going to do. We're going to have a lot of fun that night.
Yeah.
Inject you with needles and cannulas.
Yeah. So it'll be fun. It'll be
fun.
good. And we don't know what patient we're going to get. We don't know what the school's going to pull up. Maybe our model hasn't even submitted being a model yet. But we'll assess.
You want to be a model? You can
submit it.
You can submit.
But we'll assess somebody and look at the aging process and look at what they need and we like to look at somebody and balance them according to their own God-given anatomy.
Yeah.
So we really like to make somebody look nice and natural. Yeah. So this will be fun.
And then lastly is our Foundations of Threads.
Yay.
I know a lot of you guys are starting to hear a lot more about threads and wanting to get into it. We are offering our Threads class, which is for beginners or advanced, as whatever you want to do, whatever you want to learn. We're going to kind of go over the basics of you get to play on threads, you get a hands-on experience with threads. I will definitely tell you guys it's very different than fillers.
Yeah.
You really, really need to do a hands-on course. It's not like you watch something and you're doing it. You really need to get a good feel for the tissue planes and understanding it. I think fillers, you literally tap on bone. Anybody could do that kind of a thing. Like, okay, I'm on bone and inject there. But the learning curve, I think, is much higher when it comes to threads, but it is going to be something that's going to be here for a long time to come. I mean, I look in Korea, it's threads, fillers, and toxins, so it's here to stay. So if you want to learn threads, that'll be a great course. That's going to be September 11th. It's going to be a full day threads course here at the Aesthetic Immersion in Brea. Yeah,
and that class is a little bit smaller. We only have, each of us have 4 of you during the whole day. So we really kind of keep that limited, and we want to spend a lot of time with you and have a lot of one-on-one time, really kind of holding hands and helping you do it. So you do need to take the prerequisite course online, the didactic, complete that so you have a good foundations of the anatomy and everything. and then come here and sign up. That class is really limited, you guys. So
I think we're working on CMEs, right?
As soon as you, I
For the
think we're working on
foundation
CMEs.
threads.
Yeah, we're working on
Yes.
CMEs for that. We
So
don't quite have them yet. But
hopefully we'll get it by then.
maybe. So sign up. And I'm not sure how many spaces are left, but we're not accepting, that's not going to be a large class. So we'll see.
All right.
Anyway.
Now we're done with our housekeeping. So off to our topic of the night that I think all of you guys are excited to hear. And, we'll banter back and forth and keep the conversation moving, and we'll kind of see where we end up tonight.
Yeah, so we're going to be looking at why is aspirating important? Why are you aspirating correctly? A couple things. I was going to go to the PowerPoint here real quick. I think, do you want to do this now or later? Can you do it now?
We'll do it now.
So I'll do it now. So I'm going to go to the PowerPoint. We just have a couple things here, and why is aspiration important? Okay, here's our disclaimer. Yada,
Blah,
yada,
blah, blah.
blah,
It's
blah,
for
blah.
education.
It's for education. Blah blah blah. Okay. There's
No.
Dr. Kwok, you know
Go.
him. There's Lori, you know me. Okay, we wanted to look about product properties. We're going to have all the products available here that we have FDA approved in the United States, so we have them here tonight. We are going to look at firm, moderate, soft, and soft. So the firmest ones is going to be the Kaha, which is we have Radius, Lift, and Restful, and Classic. Then you go down to moderate, which is the Silk, Define, Voluma, Velour, RHA4, and Versa. Then you kind of go to moderate, soft.
Versa.
Oh my gosh, I'll go get a Versa. I didn't get a Versa. I'll have to get out of my cupboard. I do have a Versa here.
Oh, okay.
Whew. So we do have, and I kind of classified these, but we have moderate soft, because there's so many different ways of classifying these. We have RHA2, RHA3, Kiss, Volbella, and Ultra Plus. Most of those are more stretchy, actually, too. And then we go into the very soft fillers, which are the Refined Bellatero and Ultra XC. So those are kind of, we're just looking at G prime, strictly G prime.
Gladys, the Versa?
Yeah, she's grabbing a
Okay,
Versa.
she'll grab it.
So that's as far as strictly looking at G prime. We're not looking at stretchiness. We're just looking at the G prime of firm to soft. And this is kind of where you can, if you guys want to take a picture of this, you can. But this is kind of where things are generally classified as far as lifting capability. The ones up high are going to give you more lift. You can put them deeper. And as you go down, you can put them more superficially. But be careful, because the Ultra is more hydrophilic, pulls more water into itself, and it will swell. So just be careful about the Ultra and Ultra Plus.
Yes.
When we're looking at elasticity only, not G prime, we're going from the most stretchy or the most elastic, and it starts at Refine. That is the softest, most elastic hyaluronic acid filler on the market. Then it goes to Ultra XC, Kiss, Ultra Plus, Define, RHA2, Bellatero, Versa, Voluma, Velour, Volbella. So this might surprise you. And I strictly just went up the rheological scale,
Velour
right?
and Volbella?
Isn't that crazy? I just went up.
Less elastic than Voluma?
Isn't that crazy?
That is a little crazy.
So I just went up the scale of each one. And the ones that are not elastic are Silk, Restful, and Classic, and Lift. Those are the ones that are strictly particle. They don't stretch at all.
Yep.
So those are a little bit better for lifting. So this is more on the elastic component property too.
Nice.
So there,
This irks Lori significantly.
this was a paper that was written and put out just this last year. And
From Australia, right?
From Australia.
Yep.
And this is a group of practitioners that got together. This is not a research paper. It is a consensus paper. And they decided that aspiration is an exercise in futility and therefore an unsafe practice. I differ greatly. I personally think it's probably an incredibly irresponsible thing to put out there. I understand where they're coming from. What they're coming from is that if you move your needle continually, you don't need to aspirate, which I get it. If you're constantly moving, you don't need to aspirate. Many people are taught to go down on the bone and bolus, So if you happen to be in a vessel, or if you go down onto a bone, or you go to a spot and you stop, you want to make sure that you don't do a bolus in a vessel. That's what you don't want to do. So aspirating there is never a reason not to aspirate.
Yeah, it's kind of like driving without a seatbelt.
It's like wearing your seatbelt. It's like not wearing your seatbelt. And I challenge all the writers of this consensus paper of, just don't use your seatbelt because you might not get in an accident.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, if they're moving back and forth, that to me works sometimes when you're doing that as your artistry. I think a lot of people moving back and forth, to me, doesn't create artistry. Sometimes you need to sit on the bone and lift the tissue and slowly watch the tissue lift. So I honestly I do agree with Lori that I disagree with this, because at the end of the day, I don't think it takes you that much more effort to aspirate. When you've learned to aspirate correctly, I think you can definitely minimize your adverse outcomes. So I think aspiration is important, especially when you're trying to create your artistry. I think a lot of people don't think about it, but just moving your needle back and forth, even your cannula back and forth, people think, oh, especially with a cannula now, it's safe. I'm going to go back and forth with my cannula. They keep going. One is, if you're using a 25, you can still puncture into blood vessel. Some of the more recent cases are vascular occlusions have been from 25 gauge cannulas. Secondarily is, you lose your artistry by doing that. I think people are not specific when they're placing their product now. They're just going and saying, oh, it's safe to inject with a cannula, so they go back and forth. Well, every time you traverse through your tissue, you are creating inflammation. You're creating a breakdown of potential lymphatic blood vessels. You are causing tissue swelling. And so your results may not turn out to be what you expect, because some of that result is swelling from you going back and forth from the trauma. Every time you stick a needle, every time you move your cannula, you are creating trauma. And people don't realize that. They just go, oh, it's safe. And they go back and forth and back and forth. It's like, you guys still need to understand, when you are going into the tissue with any tool, you need to be specific. You need to go in with a purpose and be disciplined about what you're trying to do. It's not a random free-for-all just because you're using cannula.
Yeah, and we don't have any research that shows how many occlusions have been averted by us having a positive aspiration. I don't know how many of you out there have had a positive aspiration, but with me, I'm like, thank God I didn't inject, because it could have been an occlusion.
Yep.
So I'm very thankful. I have been many times when I really didn't think I was in an artery, and I aspirated and I just went, holy cow, I'm sure glad I didn't inject, when I did have a positive aspiration. So it would be an interesting thing to see how many possible occlusions might have been averted because of positive aspiration. So it is not 100% positive. It's not going to be, it's if you have a negative aspiration, it doesn't mean you're not in a vessel. It's one way of checking, but always be careful. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a small little break. We're going to reset. We're going to bring our table out here with all of our products, and we are going to start going through one by one, and we are going to prime, deprime, and we have some red water here, so they're all consistent with red water. And this is strictly anecdotal. This is not a study, so don't email us and rip us apart for this. Yep. This is strictly anecdotal.
Not in vitro.
This is not real blood. We are just looking at this, and we just want to kind of assess stretchy products and against non-stretchy products, and just kind of look at this. We're going to be using mostly the needles that come on the products that are FDA approved, but we do have other needles we might have time to throw on there and take a look at other size needles that we might use in our practice. So give us a couple minutes. We're going to reset,
we'll be back,
and we'll be right back. Merry Christmas.
Thousands of dollars wasted.
I know. Thank you to all the companies who sent us products to kind of to test this. I so appreciate Allergan, Galderma, Merz. I'm using my own Versa because I forgot to ask them. Revance for the RHAs. Thank you so much, you guys, for sending us this. So we want to be unbiased. We are just going to look at this stuff. So we've kind of got the Galderma here. We've got Refine, Kiss, Contour, Define, Silk, Restylane, Lift, Bellatero, Radius,
RHA2, 3, 4, Ultra, Ultra Plus, Voluma, Velour, Volbella, and Versa.
So what we're going to do, I am a huge de-priming my needle person. I find that a lot of times, depending on the needle length, if somebody's using a longer needle or the rheology of the product, people will kind of put a needle in or something, and they will pull back real quickly and then inject. And I see with some of the stretchier products, when you pull back, it's not clearing the needle of the product. So we just want to look at how long does it take once the needle's primed to pull back and get the product out of the needle, so then you could get some blood flow back into there and see if you really have maybe hit an artery or not. All right, so refine's the first one. So what I'm going to do, I'm not sure how close we can get. What I'm going to do is I'm going to prime this needle. Okay, the needle's primed. Oh boy, this will be fun with each one. Okay, I primed the needle. Now, I'm not going to deprime it. I'm going to put it into this red water, and I am going to aspirate. It is a prime needle. It's the one that comes on it, which is a 30 gauge 1/2 inch. I am going to put it in here, and I'm going to pull back and see how long it takes to get it into. Oh, I want to make a mention of. I can pull this one back. That's okay. So it's primed. You see it coming out the top. I'm going to pull back. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 7, 1,000, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, wow, 15, 16, 17, whoa, 17 seconds. All right, so I've got some of the red dye back in there because that's 17 seconds. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to get rid of that product. Don't cry, you guys. Okay, 17 seconds. I'm going to put a fresh needle on it because I don't want there to be water in there. And then I'm going to prime it. Okay, this is a fresh needle that doesn't have the water in it. And then I'm going to pull back and deprime it. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 5, 6, 7, come on, 8, 9, 10, 11 seconds. Okay, 11 seconds to deprime. I'm going to get the air out just to the hub. I got the air out just to there. So I know my needle doesn't have any product in it because it totally burped for me. I call it burping. Now I'm going to go, I've deprimed my needle. I'm going to go back into the red dye, and I'm going to see how quickly it takes for me to aspirate blood, aka red water. Ready? 1,000. Okay, 1 second. 1 second. So that deprimed, refined. So you saw what it was to deprime it and all that good stuff. So here goes Kiss. We're going to have fun tonight. Kiss is a little bit.
You should write that down, guys.
Yeah, I don't know. We're not writing this down, and we're just anecdotally counting numbers. So we should have a stopwatch, but I'm sorry we didn't do that. Okay, so I'm going to prime the Kiss. This is Kiss, and this is the needle that comes on it. It's a 30 gauge 1/2 inch. Oh. I'm going to get a stopwatch on our clock. I'm going to prime it.
My cell phone's in the back.
I'm priming it. Now I'm going to put it into our red colored water. And Gideon's going to get a stopwatch, aren't you?
I'm going to use my stopwatch.
See, if we were smart, we would have prepared. Sorry, guys.
Okay, ready? 1,
you tell me when.
2, 3, go.
Pulling back.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
10 seconds.
All right.
Okay, 10 seconds to aspirate the Kiss. Kiss is 7% cross-linked.
Yep.
So it has a little bit less stretchiness than Refine. So that makes sense, a little bit less time to aspirate it through. Okay, now I'm going to push it out through the needle. Okay, now I'm going to prime the needle.
1.
Hold on. I'm going to pull back. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
2, 3, 4.
7. 7 seconds to deprime it. Now it's deprimed. So I've just put the product back up into the hub. Now I'm going to aspirate. You tell me when.
Go.
1 second. So a deprimed needle, I got the blood water back in 1 second with that deprimed needle. Here's Contour. Contour has the same cross-linking as Kiss. It's just a larger gel.
Yep.
I don't want to say particle.
Calibrated
gel size. It's not a particle. So this is like a fluffy Kiss. So this is also 7% cross-linked. It's just fluffier. I primed it. Ready? You tell me when. You tell me when.
1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
5 seconds.
Oh.
So that's a bigger, interesting. That's a bigger particle. That's a bigger particle. Same cross-linking, 7%.
It's using a 27 gauge
27
needle.
gauge half inch.
Yep.
Now I'm going to put a clean 27 gauge half inch on this. You guys are going to kill me for wasting all of this. And I'm going to prime it. Okay, prime it. Then I'm going to see how long it takes to deprime it.
1, 2.
Wait, hold on. Okay, you tell me when to go.
1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
10. So once you can see the air, it's a stretchy product. You can see the air traveling through here because it's a stretchy product. You're creating negative pressure on a stretchy product, and the air molecules will expand under negative pressure. It's like a balloon going up in the atmosphere. It'll explode when it gets high enough.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm looking for is that push, that burp.
Yep.
So that was 10 seconds for the burp.
10 seconds.
So I deprimed it. I'm going to put it up to the hub. Put it up to the hub. Come on. Get off the tip. Okay, I put the product up to the hub. Here we go. You tell me when.
Go.
Huh.
I think you pushed product back up.
Did I?
Yeah. Just FYI.
Told you it's anecdotal, you guys. Let me re-deprime it. Come on. It's thinking about burping. There it goes. It burped.
There we go.
Okay, so I'm going to get the air out. There we go. Now we go. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, go.
There we go. 1 second.
Yeah.
1 second.
Honestly, I think if you deprime it, yes, you're going to get a much faster
Thanks
response.
for agreeing with me.
I don't not disagree with you on that.
I know. All right, here's define. Now, I'm going to prime define. Okay, here we go. You ready?
Yep. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Whoa.
13, 14, 15, 16.
16 seconds with define.
16 seconds.
Okay, I'm going to change my needle. I'm going to get most of that red out of there.
All right. Let's see how long it takes to deprime.
All right. So, I'm going to prime it. I'm going to get everything out of there. There you go. Okay.
1, 2, 3, go. 1.
I'm pulling back as far as I
2,
can.
3, 4, 5, 6.
6
Oh,
seconds.
that's
So
interesting.
that deprimed. And I know there's a little bit of red in here, so I know there's a little bit of stuff in here. So just take it with a grain of salt. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
A little water.
Yeah. So it's deprimed. So I'm gonna put it back into the water and pull
1,
back.
2, 3.
Oh,
Yep.
right away.
Right away.
Right away. Okay. So now we're gonna go to silk. This is the
Silk.
particle base, 30 gauge half-inch needle. I'm priming it. It is now primed.
Yep.
Primed.
Primed.
Now I'm gonna put it in the water. Here we go.
Go.
1.
Oh, that was
like
less
2
than
seconds,
2
less than 2 seconds. So when you don't have a stretchy product, you're going to be able to deprime it, or you're going to be able to aspirate the product much, much more quickly than you would a product that is stretchy. Oh, I have another where's my nail? Just by the sheer rheology of the product, it doesn't stretch. So you're going to get more negative force pressure pulling it back. So I'm going to go ahead and prime this. I'm sorry, we don't want to bore you guys, but I'm going to deprime this. Oh, it already burped.
It already burped.
So I'm going to prime it again. Now,
go.
burp.
There we go.
It took like
1 second.
1 second to deprime. So I'm going to go in here, put it in the water with it deprimed.
Pop.
Immediately.
Yep.
Immediately. Okay, now Restlin's probably going to be very similar. This is a 29 gauge
29.
half inch. This is what comes on it. I'm priming it. Now I'm going to go in here
1, 2, 3, go. 1. There we go. 2.
like 2 seconds. 2 seconds, didn't have much stretch. It's particle based. Let me get rid of the red and put a new needle on it. I just want to put a new needle on it because I don't want to put any water or anything in it. So now I'm going to prime it. It's primed.
1, 2, 3, go. 1.
There. Did you see the burp? Did you guys see the burp? I'm going to do it again. Here's what I look for when I deprime my needles. I'm going to pull back. Let me get on your black. No, I'll get on the pink, whatever. How can you see it better? Okay, I'm going to pull back, and I want you guys to look for the burp. Pull back.
Pop.
There. Did you see the burp? It's like you pull back and you see the air, and then all of a sudden it's like you see a little burp, and that's what we're looking for.
Yep.
So now I'm going to put. Now when you deep prime your needles, you don't want to inject this air into somebody, so you push the air out until you get to the hub. So the only air in there is the needle. Like people ask me, like, you're putting air in people. No, you put the product back up to the hub, and the amount of needle that's in the air in the needle is going to be nothing.
Yeah.
All right. So this is deep primed.
1, 2, 3, go.
Immediately, got it back immediately. Oops, sorry you guys, I'm moving it, but I'll
Yep.
hold it there longer. I'm sorry, you guys. Our camera team is going to kill me. Okay. All right. So that is Restylane. Now we're going to go to lift. On my lift, I want to show you guys this. This is a Lifty Aspirator. This aspirator is by a company called Lifty, Liftie, and it is literally like Velcro foam. Really, it's really a cool little easy thing to use when you want to aspirate. So I like
For all
this.
of you guys that
If you
don't
use
want to
needles.
hold it and pull back with the second hand, you just want to be cool,
Yep.
like the ones of us that can do it with one hand.
Right? It's nice. It's really nice. So I stuck it on this so you guys could see it at least. Okay, so I'm gonna prime it, and then we're gonna aspirate here. Ready? You tell me when.
1, 2, 3, go. 2, 3, 4.
4 seconds.
4 seconds.
4 seconds with Restylane. So now I am going to get rid of this needle. Where's my needle? Here it is.
Oh, you use this.
Which one came out?
Yeah.
The lift.
Oh, you actually
Okay,
used
so
the
now-
smaller one. You used the 29 gauge needle on that too.
That was right in front. Yeah, that was a 29.
Yeah.
So here's the
So-
27. This is the 27. I'm gonna prime it again, and then we're gonna deep prime it.
1, 2. Oh.
Oh, I'll let you. Okay, sorry, I was way ahead of you. Okay.
1,
turn.
2, 3, go. There we go.
There's the burp.
Less than 2
2 seconds. So the particles that don't stretch, that are more particulate, the fillers that are more particulate and don't stretch, are going to clear, and you'll be able to aspirate them much more quickly.
Safer.
Safer, right?
In a sense.
Than the things that stretch. So, and it's not
My
that they're more
favorites.
dangerous. It's just different. The ones that stretch are just different. We're going to go down the line and look at them. I'm going to reprime this. I'm going to deprime it.
Huh?
We already did that.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go in and just get it back up to the hub. Now I'm going to go in and just aspirate and see how long
1,
it
2,
takes.
3. It should go right
There
away.
we go, right away. Right away. Okie dokie. You want to do
All right.
Bellatero?
Sure.
I'll let you go to your side, huh?
Sounds good.
Oh, I
I'll
got the
let
timer.
You get the timer. All right. So let's prime it. There we go.
So this is a really light product that is not real stretchy per se.
No.
Okay, you tell me when, or I'll tell you when.
Mhm.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Wow. He's pulling back all the way.
There we go.
8 seconds.
8 seconds.
Wow, I'm surprised. Okay, and we have the other needle for you here. There's the
Okay.
other needle. And like I said, the only reason, here's the cap. Oh, the only reason we're taking the needle off is I just didn't want there to be
That's
30.
30.
Did it just come with one needle?
No, it should come with 2. Oh well.
If we have a 30 gauge half inch, you can throw us.
That's interesting. How come we lost our 30 gauge?
What the heck? Maybe I just put
Oops.
one out.
Maybe. We'll move on quickly.
Okay.
Maybe
we're gonna
let's
do
just radius. We'll come back to that.
We'll come back to that. All right.
Okay. So,
So-
radius, we're going to push
Prime it.
in.
And this is the 27 gauge 3/4 inch that comes
Yes.
on the radius. It's a great needle, by the way.
It is.
It is a
my
really good needle.
favorite. One of my favorites.
All right. So it's primed.
So it's primed.
This
as you
is a
can see.
calcium hydroxylapatite, the firmest filler on the market.
Let's go.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Are you in the water?
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, he's pulling back.
It's not going back. Wait, let's redo this. I need to push more out.
Some of these syringes, this is such a good point, you guys. Some of these syringes,
filled to the
like the
brim.
Define and some of these more stretchy products from Galderma, the Radius, they're filled very, very full. And if you stick a needle in there, you have no room to aspirate. So I waste like a 0.5. I waste a little 0.5 because then I'll have room to aspirate if I'm going to use a needle with these. So
I'll waste about 0.1, 0.15.
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
3, 2, 1, go.
Choo choo. Not going anywhere.
Keep going. Come on.
Well, it's not gonna move. You can see the errors back here. There's no movement from here. Because this is a firm gel.
But I'm sure, you know what, I'm sure you can aspirate this because I remember I've injected this before and I got a flashback. Try it again. I've gotten a flashback with this before. Years ago when I used to use it.
1.
Okay, 2, 3, go.
Nope. And this is Radius. This is not
Regular,
Radius Plus.
It's just regular Radius, no lidocaine.
Nope.
Wow.
Not moving.
Wow. The Radius Plus, it has lidocaine, is a little bit softer.
Yes. Yeah. The G prime of it is a little bit softer.
We're at 30 seconds. Really?
Yep. All right. I think we should quit it.
Wow.
Ain't
41
moving.
seconds.
It ain't
Wow.
moving.
I figured we would be able to aspirate that.
Nope.
Hmm.
That's why if you do inject with this and you want to aspirate, there's this.
Here.
I don't think you're going to. I think what you
can
can
you
do.
deprime it? Maybe you can.
I don't think you can deprime it because if you can't pull it back, you're not going to deprime it. But if you have not pushed it in, you can push it in. So this is where if you have it, like Lori says, you have a deprimed needle.
Mm-hmm.
Now when you go and do it.
Nope.
Yeah.
I need your face. Thank you. Oh.
No. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Go.
There we go.
So there was nothing in the needle. It was not a primed needle.
So it's not a primed needle. So this is why for Radius, if you guys do want to start playing with Radius, advice is if you are injecting it, go in, push your product with a D-prime needle. You can aspirate on that first time. And then if you're going to move to a different one, change the needle out. And you can inject, you could say, Radius pretty safely because you can aspirate as long as it's starting off with a D-prime needle. So that's a great way of using it. I definitely do that if I'm not sure where my placement is or there's areas that are much more vascular. I'll change my needle out before I inject into those areas. I still love this. It's a great product, great lifting for cheeks, and really nothing on the marketplace beats this as far as lifting capacity. So aspiration is important, and as you can see, if it's already primed, you really can't do it. So keeping it deprimed just enough so that you push most of the air out. You still have air in the needle. It's not primed. You can still aspirate Radius. It will still move.
Yeah. So if you are injecting this, his point, you're gonna go in, inject, aspirate, inject. You're not going to move back out and then go a different direction and think you're going to aspirate and then inject. It's going to be futile. Yeah. So you're going to have to inject, pull out, change the needle, inject, pull out, change the needle, which is exactly what I do when I do Define on the chin. Every single time, if I don't deprime my needle within 15 seconds, I'm not going to waste the time. I have a pile of 27 gauge half-inch needles sitting on my desk, and I just change the needle. So if it takes you a long time to aspirate it, or if you can't, just have a bunch of the needles sitting out and just put a new needle on it, and you're set to go. All right, we got RHA2.
RHA2.
Good. Need your face.
There we go.
Okay.
All right. So let's prime it.
Now this is a really soft one.
It's a
It
soft
integrates.
one.
It's stretchy. So I haven't done this yet, so we'll see.
All right.
Got it? Okay, here we go.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3, go. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow. 12, 13.
There we go.
13 seconds. Okay. Wow. Okie dokie. So that makes sense. It's a soft and it's stretchy. Just takes longer to get them back out. All right, and then
All
we
right.
will. If you guys have questions, you can type them in, and our staff will kind of give us questions. What's the difference between depriming and just putting on a new unprimed needle on? Not much.
Not much. You can totally do that.
That's a good question. And I think I just said that. Why do you burp 2 times?
Oh, that's just to show you.
That was just to show you how we burp it. But good question. So yeah, if it takes too long, I'll deprime it if it's quick. Say it's like silk or rustling. I'll deprime it because it's really quick. If it's something that's stretchier, that takes longer to deprime, and I'm in my clinic, I'll just change my needle.
Yeah, it's
So
faster to just change the needles out. Okay, so we are going to. My birthday. There we go. All right, so we're gonna prime the needle, and then we're gonna see when it burps. 1, 2, 3,
go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I can't see the numbers, but they can.
There we go.
Okay.
I heard it.
So 30 seconds or so.
Whoa.
Okay, because it's stretchy. That makes sense.
30 seconds.
So this stretchier product, you might want to change your. I'm seeing cheerleaders on my monitor, you guys. It's really cute. You might want to just change your needle, and not take 30 seconds to try to deprime everything. This is RHA
3. Let's gonna prime it. Let's drop it in here and pull.
1, 2, 3, go.
There we go.
Oh wow. Okay, like 4.
4.
Okay.
4.5
Cool.
ish.
So that's RHA 3.
Yep.
Is a little bit. They're all
Thicker.
cross-linked around 3%, but it's a little bit, tiny bit firmer than RHA 2. Okay.
It also is using a larger size needle.
Mm-hmm.
This one that we use RHA 2 was a 30 gauge needle. This is a 27. So there is going to be a difference just in changing your needle.
Huge difference. If you use a longer needle, it's going to take longer to deprime or aspirate. If you use a short needle, it's not going to take as much. Smaller gauge, take longer. Larger gauge, not take as much.
Yep. So we're going to prime it. Perfect. Okay. 1, 2,
3, go.
There we go.
4 seconds.
4 seconds.
Okay. Cool. All together now.
Cool.
I hope you guys are enjoying this. I think this is kind of cool.
All right. So
now we're seeing your questions up on our monitor. So
Oh.
if you have questions, let us know. All right. So now this is RHA 4.
RHA 4. Okay. And here we go. Let's
go.
stick it in here. 1, 2, 3, go.
Go.
There we go.
About 5 seconds, RHA 4. So the firmer the product, the less time it takes to aspirate.
All right. So
We might go over just a little bit, you guys. Hang in there with us, okay?
we still have all the
This is like
allergen
chemistry
products to
class,
go.
so don't go away. We'll stay with you. I know we're kind of running late.
Okay. We're gonna prime the needle, and then oops.
Prime and bend the needle.
No. Oops. Don't know my own strength. Okay. We're primed it. And 1, 2, 3.
Tell me when it burps. There you go. 8 seconds. About 8 seconds deep
8
primed.
seconds. Cool.
Alrighty, now we're going into the Allergans. We're going into, this is the Juvederm
Ultra.
Ultra. This is stretchy. So, explain technique of aspiration, how to hold syringes and aspirate. You know, maybe afterwards we can try that. I'll show you how I kind of use a tripod position, or I can do that really quick. So when we aspirate, instead of holding the syringe like this and like just pulling, this moves the needle. You need to put the needle on the skin, on the bone. It needs to stay on that bone. You do not move it at all. I tell people put knuckles on the face and hold it. And you're going to have the needle in here, and the bevel's going to be right here. The hub will be right here. Your eyes need to be on that hub. You're not in here. Your eyes need to be on that hub, because that's the first place where you're going to see a flashback.
Yep.
So when I have my needles on his face and I'm holding it, when he moves, I'm going to go with him. So make sure that this is a tripod. Yep. And when you aspirate, don't just pull on the plunger. Push on the plunger with one finger, pull back with the other fingers. That way I'm staying neutral with my my fulcrum. It's staying neutral. So I'm pushing and pulling at the same time.
Otherwise, you're going to pull the syringe out, and then your needle is going to go back and forth.
So you can kind of push and pull at the same time. Make sure that this does not move at all. That's the big thing. Don't let that needle move
Once you move the
millimeter.
Needle, you're
all bets
done.
are off. All bets are off.
All right. So let's do this. We'll push. We're priming the product. So this
I know your password.
Thanks. That doesn't allow you to buy anything.
Let me go on to Louis Vuitton and Christian Louboutin.
Ultra. Here we go.
Okay, so here's Ultra. Juvederm Ultra. 5. Okay, ready. 1, 2, 3, go. So this is Ultra, not Ultra Plus. It's the softer one. And this is the needle that comes on it. And again, this is water. This is colored water, you guys. It's not blood. This is not a scientific test. It's totally anecdotal.
Oh, there you go.
Like 24-ish seconds, right?
24, 25 seconds.
All right. Okay.
Push out. Push out.
I'm going to try to get all that water out there. Look at all that Juvederm. Sorry, Allergan.
Bye-bye.
It's for testing. This is for testing and education.
Educational purposes only. All right. So now we're gonna go and so here they give 130 gauge and 127. So do we want to use a 30 or 27? Some 27 gauges there.
I have 27 3/4 here.
Oh.
Do you want a 30 half?
Well, I have 30 half.
Okay.
So this is a 30 half that comes with it as well, because it comes with 127, 130 gauge. So we'll push this in. Okay. So here we go. We're going to check
trying to
and
guess
see.
your okay.
Let's deprime it. Ready?
Okay, here we go.
1,
2, 3, go. Waiting for the burp. You'll see it go.
And a good 0.1, 0.2 pullback is good enough. You don't have to pull 0.3, 0.4, 0.5.
So if you see a little air stretching in the syringe, like right now you're seeing a little air stretching, that's not deprimed. You still have product in the needle. Our goal is to get that needle clear as much as we can, so that when we go to aspirate, we'll get a quicker flashback.
There we go.
There we go. Like 30 seconds or so.
30 seconds.
Okay.
And that was with the 30 gauge needle, so that was changing it to 30 gauge, which means 27 probably should be faster theoretically.
Okay, that was Ultra. Here comes Ultra Plus.
Ultra Plus. We're going to push. And let's see what's going on.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. This is
there we go.
Oh, there you go. Wow. Okay, we colored it all. So that's a little firmer. Ultra Plus is a firmer material, so it's going to pull back a little bit faster. Yep. Interesting. Okay.
Take this out.
It's still on a little bit on the stretchier side, so that's good. Now we're going to put a new needle on. And we're going to prime it.
Sorry. Prime it. Sorry, there's water in here, so
sorry.
We'll see.
We're going to deprime it. 1, 2, 3,
go.
Go.
There
Yeah,
we go.
so this is about 5 seconds.
5
So it deprimed
seconds.
probably a little bit faster than
It
it
normally
would
would.
because it got a little bit of water back into it. Sorry about that.
All right.
Now we got
Voluma.
Voluma. Awesome.
Here we go.
So this is a 27 gauge half inch, I believe, that comes
27
on
gauge half inch.
it. All right.
So we're pushing it out, priming it. There we go.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, go.
There we go.
Oh, quick. Like
Quick.
a couple seconds.
Yep.
Okay. Voluma's less stretchy. Good deal.
Okay. Let's put this
And change needles.
on. Changing needles.
And
Let's try to prime and deprime. Prime. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
go.
There we go.
Deprimed already?
Yep.
It burped? Oh,
It
cool.
burped.
A couple seconds. So
Yep.
that's pretty quick. Voluma deprimed, unprimed pretty quickly. That's
Yeah.
good. Okay.
With the 27. All right. Here's velour.
Velour's a little bit softer.
So we're going to prime it. And let's stick it in here. Let me know.
1, 2, 3, go.
Oh, right
Whoa,
away.
what? Right away. That's cool.
And that was with a
Velour.
20. It's with a 30 gauge.
Wow. Pretty quick.
Very quick. So let's put this
30
on.
gauge half inch.
30 gauge half inch. But it should be. It's a little less HA concentration.
Yeah.
It's 17
yes,
and
it
a half.
is. It is low. And it's not real stretchy either.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
here
it's a
we
tightly
go.
cross-linked.
So
as
this
it's made.
was, this was.
Oh, we just.
Wait, you want to
we
deprime
already
it,
did
right?
that. We just deprime it.
Okay, so here we go.
1,
2, 3,
go.
go.
There we go. Did you hear it?
Yeah, already burped. Like just 5 seconds it burped.
Yep.
4 seconds. Good.
4 or 5 seconds. All right. Volbella.
Excellent. All right. Volbella's even softer.
Even softer.
Priming it. And that
Priming.
needle is a size
32.
32. That's a small needle
Yeah.
with a softer product. Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
There we go.
There you go. Like 3 seconds. Excellent.
Good. All right. Let's put this cap back on. And let's do your priming and depriming. All right.
Okay, again, this is Volbella.
This is Volbella.
Okay, ready, set, go. Waiting for the burp. Come on. Huh.
Doesn't feel like it.
Huh.
Maybe it burped earlier?
Let's try it. Let's do it
try
again.
it again.
Okay. On your mark, get set, go. There we go.
There we go.
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
And every time you do this, you guys, I'm like,
Just change
it's gonna be
as there's
different.
less product in there versus more product
and
in
I've
there.
seen some of these products that are stretchy go from like 10-second clearance to 45. So this is not tried and true. It's not always this amount of time. In the stretchier products, it can vary quite a bit.
Okay, last one, Versa.
Versa. Okay.
All right, here we go.
All right. On your mark, get set, go.
Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
quick. Like 2 seconds, 2 or 3 seconds.
Yep, about 3 seconds.
Okay. That was quick. Versus not super stretchy.
Nope.
And the needle size is
27.
27 half inch. You're gonna prime it.
Prime it.
And see how long it takes to deprime with a fresh needle. On your mark, get set, go.
There we
Quick,
go.
2 seconds.
2 seconds.
Versus very fast. Interesting. Okay.
Nice.
Good.
All right.
All right, so that was our last one. So
that was the last one.
We're probably over a little bit, you guys, but we're going to show you, I want to show you, a lot of people like to use, say, insulin syringes to do, say, lateral lid cheek junction. So want to pick a product or two to do it? I give you insulin syringes down there. Oh. So I'm going to, I'll just grab some Restylane since I like to do Restylane in eyes. Let me just get rid of the red in here.
Just some Volbella down here.
Okay. Volbella is getting FDA approved, so let's do that. That's a good idea. And we're going to backfill this a little bit. So that's how you backfill syringes. Pull the plunger out. Don't put your fingers on it. Put your product in the back and add a little bit. See, there's still color in here. Add a little bit. And you're only going to get about 1 to 1.5 tenths in a little insulin syringe. Yep. Okay, so this is Restylane with a little bit of water in it. Okay. I dirtied it up.
Ready?
Yeah. Here we go. Ready? You tell me.
1, 2, 3, go.
Oh, really? I thought we'd be able to clear that. So this is a 32 gauge, 8 millimeter.
Are you in the water?
Yeah.
No, you weren't in the water.
Oh, I'm not in the water? All right. Shh. Don't tell everybody.
Sorry.
Okay. I'm just going to put the whole thing in the water. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, go. There we go. Okay. Duh. I thought it would be faster than that. Like, that's weird. So right away with the insulin syringe.
Can you deprime and prime? Do you prime and deprime these insulin syringes?
I haven't done that before. But let me get clean product. I just got that all dirty. I haven't done that before. We can sure try it though.
Volbella. So Volbella. Let's see. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Oh,
right away. Right away. Interesting. Very interesting. Want to deprime it?
Let's see. Oops. Stop. Reset. 1, 2, 3, go. There we go.
Like 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
So I have Restylane here. Let me grab another insulin syringe.
Okay.
Oh, here, I got one. Never mind. Okay, I have Restylane here. I'm just going to put a little bit of Restylane backfilled and see how long it takes to deprime it. So this is particular. Okay, here we go.
1, 2, 3, go. There we go.
Yeah, like 2 seconds.
Less than 2 seconds.
Yeah, so both, what did you do, Versa?
We did Volbella.
Volbella and Restylane, both pretty quick when we, now give me one, I'll put a stretchy product in here. Let's do Refine. Let's do a stretchy.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. Hope you guys are enjoying our chemistry experiment. We're liking this. I hope you guys are still there. Are we by ourselves? Hope we're not by ourselves.
What gauge did we use on Ultra Plus? It was a 27 gauge. It's whatever came in it. So it's a 27 half-inch. And when you're re-injecting a second or third time, when you're doing inject, you always do D-prime needle or use another needle.
Depends.
I mean, it really depends. I mean, I use a longer needle, so because I don't want to poke the patient as much, I will go back in and I will inject the way I am. So I think it really depends on what you're doing. If you're going to pull out, then yes, depriming it is something that you should and consider doing with regards to this.
Okay, I'm good. This is an insulin syringe. This is Refine. And I've primed it. I want to see how long it'll take to deprime with the insulin. 2, 3, go.
Ten seconds.
Stretchy product. Let me pull more.
It's like the product
That's as far as I can pull. The product stretches, but it's still not out of the needle. There we go.
There we go. 30 seconds.
30 seconds. So
30
stretchy
seconds.
product takes longer.
Yep.
I guess we've decided that, eh? Cool. We had a question about using the same size needle for Ultra Plus to see how it aspirates. So you know what? I have 27 gauge 3/4, which you like. Want to put the same needle on Ultra and Ultra Plus?
Sure.
They're clean needles. So they're longer. They're not, we've already dirtied the ones we had, but these are 27 gauge 3/4, which is what he likes to use on everything.
Mm-hmm.
And at least there's Ultra Plus. We have the same needle on 2 different products. So this might help a little bit. All right, what do I have?
Ultra.
I have pink, Ultra. All right, so just depriming wise, I'm gonna prime it. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna deprime. 3, go. I can't pull back anymore.
I know. 23 seconds. 25,
And this is
26.
a 3/4 inch needle, you guys. It's a longer needle and a half, so it might not be able to get deprimed out of here.
35.
Let me try it again.
37.
Let's try it again. Okay.
All right.
Ready?
1, 2, 3, go. It's like watching a lava lamp.
We're watching water boil at aesthetic immersion. This is so cool.
17, 18, 20.
This is Ultra, right?
This is Ultra.
Okay, and you're going to do Ultra Plus. Okay, so
Already at 29. We're at 30 seconds.
by this time I would have gone to a new needle. That's for sure. Okay, so do your Ultra Plus with this needle.
Okay. There's dye in here, so it may throw it off just a little bit.
Probably a little watery.
But this is a 27 3/4 inch needle. 1, 2, 3, go. Longer needle.
Wow. Even though it's a little bit more diluted with the colored water.
Mm-hmm.
So longer needle. What was the other one? It was Ultra was what? How many?
Ultra
30?
Plus. It was already over 30 seconds.
So this is too.
And this one originally had more. Mm-hmm. And this one has a little water in it. So you can see length of your needle does make a little bit of a difference.
Huge difference. You were at 41 seconds.
Yeah.
So yeah, the length of the needle makes a huge difference. Huge difference. So, okay, so I think we've gone over tonight. Thank you for staying with us, you guys. Stella, I'm glad you like this webinar. Thank you.
It's interesting.
So yeah, it's really interesting. It's just totally anecdotal. Again, this is not a science experiment.
Yep.
Disclaimer. But we just really wanted to see, and I'm such a deprimer. This solidifies my beliefs as depriming before I re-inject ever. I like to deprime. I don't like to put a needle in and inject and then move the needle and inject again and think that my aspiration is a true aspiration, especially with a stretchy product. But
definitely. And remember, this is practicing. This is water. This is not blood.
Right.
Remember also when you're sticking a needle into an artery, you're getting 120 milligrams of pressure behind it. So potentially it could be a little faster that you're going to aspirate. Mm-hmm. I do find that probably because you get a pressure, you're pulling back, you're kind of getting pressure from both aspects. You probably are, in theory, hopefully probably getting a little bit faster aspirations on that. But this definitely tells you, aspirating is definitely very important if you're bumping the blood vessel. And then how depriming, unpriming can definitely be advantageous to you guys on that aspect of it.
And the other thing is too, when you do aspirate, when you're really aspirating in a vessel, try not to pull back like the whole way. That one doesn't work. Like the whole length of the syringe. Maybe just a half of a tenth is really kind of all you need. As long as that needle, if that's a fresh needle, mainly because if you pull back a lot further, you're going to have a high negative pressure, and the high negative pressure can collapse the artery if you are in an artery and suck it closed. Mm-hmm. And you think you're not in an artery. So the big thing is I will aspirate And what if I happen to close that artery off? I will let go of my plunger, let it just float back, and I will keep my eye on that hub.
Yep.
So that when this floats back and the pressure's released off this artery, if it relaxes and it gets a blood flow, you will see a flash in your hub. So take your time, pull back gently, stare at the hub, which is this part. Don't look at this, look at the hub. And then when you let go, still look at that hub. Don't let that needle move 1 millimeter or all bets are off. You can go in and out of an artery.
Yeah. So watching it at the beginning or at the end of your aspiration actually is important, you know. And when you're pulling back, pull in at a consistent rate. Don't pull back super fast. That's also going to potentially give you a negative pressure or a negative false negative type of result, because it's going to collapse and get the negative pressure.
And I just happen to think of this. Periosteum is extremely vascular. So if you're pushing on that bone really hard in separate places, you could be making the periosteum bleed because it's very vascular, and you could just be getting periosteal blood too. So there's so many variables that are in this.
This is just, you know,
this
kind
is
of
just
like
fun, just kind of looking at different rheology. We're really looking at rheology. We're really looking at rheology.
And how it changes.
What happens? How much do things stretch? How long do we have to wait? And what does aspirate and what is a little bit more difficult? And where should we put a new needle on it? So we're trying to read some of our,
see.
I think we're good. So we're so over. I'm sorry, you
I know.
guys. Hope you enjoy this. But our next episode, September 7th, is 6:30 Pacific time.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about...
we're going to be talking about new injectors. If you are new injectors, how to maybe get into business, get a job. You know, I think that's very important. Everyone's asking, you know, if you're an injector, and how, you know, ask. We'll probably be a lot more interactive with you guys. I think this time we were all focused here, but, you know, hopefully we'll be a lot more interactive and help you guys understand the business side, how maybe we got into this and everything. We do have our winner for July. It's
winner.
Alex Dang, RN. Congratulations. You get your choice of your free webinar.
Yeah, congratulations.
This is from our previous
July
AI Live. But
now keep in mind, this show is going to be available on YouTube. So please share it with your friends. Have them look this up if they want to kind of look at this kind of fun stuff that we like, our little aesthetic immersion chemistry
in 1
class.
week. It'll be up in 1 week.
In a week, it'll be up. So it'll take us a while to edit it and kind of put it on YouTube. But our aesthetic AI Live shows are on YouTube. So you can go and review this and kind of look at things, and hopefully it'll help you. So thank you to all of the companies who supplied their products for this little educational event we had.
Sad waste, but
thank you so much.
Good education.
Thank you, guys. We will see you next month.
Bye, guys.